and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about another huge viral product going on TikTok, and it is the new KVD Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. Now, I did try this yesterday for the first time, but I wanted to actually do a full day wear test and review with you guys today. I have mine in the shade Medium 027. In the pan itself, it always looks a little bit darker than the actual product, so once you move it around, it lightens up. But first, let's just talk about the packaging. It is completely recyclable, which is awesome. We all love recyclable things. It is just a clear plastic sort of container here, and when you open it, it doesn't open like all the way, which is fine, it doesn't matter, but and then you have your foundation balm itself on here. So the great claims about this is it's infused with apple extract to help nourish skin. And I think on Sephora it says something about it's supposed to be a long wearing semi-matte foundation or demi-matte foundation or matte foundation or something like that. But I wanted to do a full wear test. I wanted to show you guys my, how it applies on my skin, and then I want to show you guys what it looks like at the end of the day with no touch-ups or anything. So I'm just going to start hopping right into it, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. Let's get started. Now, because I would wear a primer with any foundation, I am going to wear a primer today, and I'm going to use my Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. This is my go-to primer at the moment, and I want a little bit of that gripping sort of consistency. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to pull my hair back, aren't I? But I'm just going to smooth this over my face. So we are zoomed in. I'm going to be applying this with a sponge because I always find the best finish with a sponge. I know a lot of people have been applying it with a foundation brush, which is totally fine. It's completely your preference. I just prefer a sponge. So I'm gonna use my Real Technique sponge, and I just dip it right into that balm, and it gets on here pretty fast, and then I just kind of smooth it over. Now, as you can see, it's like a perfect match, and it looks a lot like it might be like kind of dark in the pan itself. So one thing I have found is that when you apply it with a sponge compared to when people apply it with a brush, like there's all these things about how you're getting so much product and how it just keeps moving and keeps moving, which it does, but when you're applying with a sponge, you can be a little bit less, like you're not grabbing as much product. So you will have to kind of go in there a couple more times than with a brush. One thing I love about this foundation is that it is completely full coverage. It really does cover any imperfections, and if you really wanted to, you could build up this foundation under the eyes and not even have to wear concealer or anything. It's really awesome for that, and it does have a lot of great results with that. So once it is spread onto the skin, it really does feel super lightweight. It almost feels like you're just putting on like a moisturizer, if that makes any sense, like the consistency of a moisturizer, but it does dry down relatively fast. With many of the reviews that I've seen, it's not great with oily skin. I do have a, mixed skin, so I have a little bit of oiliness in my T-zone and then just my kind of normal skin on the outside. But I want you guys to see what my skin looks like at the end of the day, because it could be completely different from what other people have been experiencing. But the application of this, the first initial finish of this, is one of the best foundations I've ever tried. It is really just one of those really exciting, really creamy, really fulfilling feeling foundations. Just like one of those ones that you just know if you are in a rush and you want to just put this on, it's one of the quickest foundations to apply. So I'm going to hop off the screen, finish up my makeup. I will come back to you guys and I will talk to you before I go on for the rest of my day. Really quickly, I want to zoom you guys in so you can see what my skin looks like. So this is in completely natural light. I just did apply some concealer, but you can see that it really just looks like my skin, and it's just kind of smooth and perfected. It doesn't really emphasize my pores, like you can still see them a little bit right here, but overall I feel like it just looks very smooth and like very almost like a soft focus on my skin. Okay, so my foundation, my concealer, my powder, my bronzer, everything went on beautifully today. I'm super happy with it. This is just very simple makeup today, literally just like some cream eyeshadow, brows, mascara, and some blush, like not even any highlight, because I really want to see what this foundation does. I want to see if it gets dewy. I want to see if there's some kind of natural glow that shows up. But this is literally one of the smoothest foundations I've ever used. Granted, I have used this before, just one other time, but I wanted to do a full wear test today. I think that it lays beautifully on the skin. So far, very impressed, and will be very excited to see if this foundation wears well throughout the day. But yeah, so let's check in. Right now it is 11:14 and I have a busy day today. I have some errands to run. I have work. I have the gym. I'm going out to dinner with my parents. So I've got a lot of stuff going on today. So it'll definitely be put to the test, and I will update you guys later tonight before I take my makeup off for the day. So I will see you guys in a little while. Okay, it is the end of the day. I honestly am just super tired, and I'm probably going to bed early tonight. I have been wearing this foundation for about 9 hours. It is now almost 8:30, and this is what my skin looks like. So I've worked out in this. I went to dinner. I took a nap in this. I ran errands in this. And so I've been wearing a mask. So this little like patch of skin that has like the wear on it, I'm not gonna count that against it because that happens with all my foundations. I still have a little bit of foundation around my mouth. This is like the area right here that tends to wear off first for me. My blush isn't as strong as it was earlier, so that is a little bit of a downside. The oiliness, I'm a little surprised. I thought I was gonna be oilier than I am. So in my cheek area where my pores are, there's a little bit of a shine there, but it's honestly not that bad. And I expected it to be like super oily. Between my brows, there is some oil collection there. However, it did not collect in any of my fine lines. I usually get those like 11 marks in between my eyebrows, and that is non-existent. So that's awesome. So I would honestly say that like at this point of the night, this is as good of a wear as I'm gonna get. And I would easily touch this up throughout the day to make it longer lasting. Like I would probably put some powder here, but this wears beautifully even with that creamy consistency. So I've seen a lot of negative reviews where it says that it, it gets really oily, but I'm not seeing a lot of separation. Like even around my nose, I don't see any like separation there. And I'm surprised that there's like no separation on my forehead or like where this oil is collected right there. I'm very, very surprised. So I honestly think that this product is worth the hype. And you guys know that I'm very picky about what products are actually worth, like how much people are like raving over them. And I think that this one is definitely one that I will probably continue to repurchase. It is so easy to apply. It looks beautiful on the skin. Everything applies beautifully on top of it. So let's just run through the claims of this one more time and see if it checks off on everything. So the first, it says it's a buildable, full coverage, hydrating foundation balm. Yes, buildable, definitely full coverage for sure. With a lightweight, long wear formula and a fresh matte finish. Now when you first apply it, and as you can see on my cheeks, you're still getting that matte finish for sure. This area does not hold that matte finish. So I would say that it's not really matte, it's more of a natural finish. But it's not gonna stay natural, like a natural finish or a matte finish unless you continue to powder throughout the day, unless you, like if you wanna avoid the oiliness. It says, Good Apple minimizes the appearance of pores and gives the skin a smooth, healthy look, plus it's non-comedogenic, which is awesome. Non-cakey, flashback free, covers blemishes, discoloration, and it's in fully recyclable packaging. So I would honestly say the claims that this foundation makes hold up. It doesn't say how long it's supposed to last, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it also says, like, I guess more or less if it doesn't claim a time of how long it lasts, it just means maybe, I would say a standard 8 hours, and it definitely like held up on that end. I'm in love, honestly. I'm gonna continue to wear this until this runs out. I'll probably repurchase a new Holy Grail in my makeup collection. Absolutely no no issues with it whatsoever, and I think it's a really great product. So I hope that this video was helpful if you've been considering it. I know it is sold out literally everywhere. I'm sure it's gonna be replenished, and once it is, you should definitely get your hands on it. I think the shade range is incredible, and all of its claims, it holds up to each and every one of them. So highly recommend, and let me know if you guys have tried this. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Do you think it's worth the hype and the viralness of it? Do you think it's a good foundation? And yeah, I'm excited to hear your guys' thoughts. I'll talk to you all very soon, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.